Hello everyone, and welcome to the January 30th edition of the Wilkes Journal-Patriot's High School Basketball Rundown, presented by Cooks and produced by RiverStreet Productions. I'm sports editor Zach Colburn, and I'm joined as always by assistant sports editor Brandon Moree, who will be with us in just a minute to take a closer look at this week's games. We are heading into the final stretch of the Mountain Valley Athletic Conference schedule. The teams are jockeying for position, and two teams were in action this past weekend, and Brandon's got more of those games over at the big board.
That's right, Zach. There were two games in Wilkes County on Thursday and Friday night. We're going to start on Thursday night. This is a rescheduled game between West Wilkes and Wilkes Central. And the Lady Eagles, hot from outside in the first quarter. 5 for 8 from deep. They built an 11-point lead by the end of the first, and that proved to be enough. They led by as many as 20 late in the game. West Wilkes cut that down to 8 with the tough press in the final few minutes, but they couldn't close the deal. In the boys game, very similar. A fast start from Wilkes Central. They were up big early. West Wilkes held tough, never let them get too far away, but in the end they could not quite bring it all the way back in. Wilkes Central, 2 losses in the conference. They control their own destiny because they have 3 games left. The last game of the regular season will be with Starmount, who is currently in the lead in the Mountain Valley Athletic Conference. But Wilkes Central beat them the first time, and if the Eagles were to win again, they would be conference champions. Okay, on Friday night, North Wilkes was the only team in town. Everybody in the conference was in action, but West, Central, and East were all on the road. Zach will have a little bit more on some of those scores in just a minute, but the North Wilkes girls have now won 27 consecutive Mountain Valley Athletic Conference games as they rolled over Ashe County. They led by as many as 33 late in that one. And North Wilkes and Ashe County in the boys game, 2 teams that are locked in that log jam there in 3rd place in the conference. They squared off, and it was a slow start to the 3rd quarter that ultimately doomed the Vikings. Ashe County picked up the big conference win. That is it for the highlights, but we're going to show you now the RiverStreet Productions play of the week, and it is a good one. Might be my favorite one of the year. Going back to Moravian Falls, Noah Johnson to Levi Church for the alley-oop in the first quarter on Thursday night. Way to go, guys. What a big play. Certainly got the fans riled up in the nest. All right, that's going to do it for me. Zach, back to you.
Thanks, Brandon. Wilkes Central and Elgin faced off on Friday night with the Eagles sweeping the Bucking Elks. West Wilkes traveled up the mountain to Allegheny, and the West Wilkes boys came away with a slim 1-point win. And East Wilkes traveled to Starmount as the East Wilkes girls came away with the win. This coming week, there's going to be a lot of great basketball as all 4 schools will be in action at home on Tuesday night. And then West Wilkes, North Wilkes, and Wilkes Central will all be at home again this coming Friday. And you can follow all of that action over at our Instagram and Twitter handles at WJP_sports. And while you're at it, like us on Facebook as well. This has been the January 30th edition of the Wilkes Journal-Patriot's High School Basketball Rundown presented by Cooks. Thanks for watching.